Hello, welcome to Daejeon Onnru English Ministries Introduction. Daejeon OEM began some 5 years ago, but it continued to struggle to find its identity until the year 2009. It was nearly closed down because the number never grew, so even they reduced the budget for 2010. But in January 2010, Pastor Vata was appointed as a non-Western pastor to lead this international fellowship that was still struggling to find its footing. And it was a challenge for him to take a new course of direction. And the first thing that we did as a church was to go for a winter prayer retreat. In the prayer retreat, Pastor Vata wanted to encourage the member to see what God could do to make this an important church for the foreigners in the city of Daejeon. And we were a handful of people, but we sought after God, and God heard our prayers. We believed God to do great things, and in matter of few months, God began to answer our prayers. And today, our fellowship has become a wonderful fellowship with many people coming from different countries. We were less than 10 members in January, but today, in the middle of the year, we are about 50 members attending regularly, and more than 100 have registered. We have been so blessed with many people who volunteers and worked for this fellowship. People keep coming, and we keep welcoming, and we thank you for making this place your home church. And today we have really become a fellowship oriented congregation. We share together food, drinks, and we celebrate birthdays and anniversaries, and we sit around and chat what God is doing in our life, and we are open to hear what God has to say through every member, because everyone is important in the sight of God. And one of the highlight was the wedding of Andy and Pauline. They met in OAM, and Pastor Vata gave them the wedding, and it was a unique experience in Korea. And we thank God for that wonderful occasions in these precious people's lives. And also we had a spring picnic after Pastor Vata came, and we were in few at that time, but we enjoyed time together as a group in that beautiful spring afternoon. Prayer is the key for us, and this is our spring prayer retreat where we went to Oxon, and God has truly heard our prayers, and we continue to believe for great things to happen in this little congregation. And equally important is our small group Bible study, where every member is open to hear God and also be able to share what God has spoken to that person. And these fellowships are becoming very lively and meaningful, not only in knowing God but also knowing one another as members of this fellowship. Summer outreach was another highlight for us so far in this year. We went to a city of Kimé where there are more than 20,000 foreigners working, and we had a very fruitful outreach this summer. The whole team was fully engaged, and the outcome was great. These are over 70 non-Christian people gathered together in one of the churches, and Pastor Vata shared them the gospel for 1 long hours, and the effect has been very good. The response was very good, and even Dawi and Annie shared their experience from South Africa and how God is working in their lives even when they are in Korea. And all the team members were fully engaged in presenting the gospel in songs and dances, and some of us were also engaged in all kind of services, food and fellowships and drinking tables, and all were set up in a different place where all of those who attended that special program were able to eat. Now we are towards the end of this year, and we are still believing God for great things to happen. We want to see OEM become one of the highlight of one of the important churches in the city, where many foreigners can come and worship God. Thank you for being part of this wonderful group of people. God bless you. Amen.